Welcome to Quick Licks. I'm Rick from Rick's Rock School, and I am so excited to do this today because it's no secret, Tony Iommi is my favorite guitar player of all time. I am such a huge Black Sabbath fan, and this album, the first Black Sabbath record, had such a huge, profound impact on me growing up. Because, I mean, let's face it, like a lot of the kids that I went to school with, they were listening to, like, I don't know, Panic at the Disco, and I was wearing Black Sabbath t-shirts, and I felt like an outcast, but Black Sabbath kind of gave me like a purpose. They made me feel cool because they were cool. They were cooler than whatever anybody else was listening to. And so I spent my time studying Tony Iommi's guitar style, and I'm going to be doing an entire series on Tony Iommi licks. And I wanted to start this all the way back to the beginning, to the first record. It's in standard tuning, which also is going to make it easier for a lot of us. But we're going back to the first record. We're doing Behind the Wall of Sleep, and it's B minor diatonic goodness, and I'm going to run through, but we're going to learn not only how to play that lick, but all the little nuances that go into why that is great. We're gonna go into the science. We're gonna learn the chords. We're gonna learn the scale patterns and the techniques required to really nail this and not just read off a tab sheet. So let's get right into it, guys. We start right here. The two chords that Tony plays, they're B major chords. B major bar chord. Look, 7 on the E, 9 on the A, 9 on the D, 8 on the G. So you get this. It's just got such a great groove to it. So we're gonna hit those B chords twice. And always tap your foot when you play. Make sure you're keeping a meter here. We're gonna hit the B, we're gonna cut, we're gonna hit the B again. So I'm using my right hand here, like the karate chop part, to cut the strings out entirely. So you don't want it to come across as, you want it to be really staccato. Then he's gonna come down here, and he's gonna play the 7th fret of the G. We're gonna learn the lick step by step, like I said, and then we're gonna break down the science behind where it comes from and why it sounds so good. 7G. We're gonna hit that 7G, and you've got to keep this kind of that groove going. Like I said, tap your foot, bob your head, make sure your entire body is in tune with what you're playing. It may also help to use a metronome. 128 beats per minute, right around there is what Tony and the guys are playing this at. 7G, we're gonna hit it twice, staccato again. Then on the 3rd time, or I should hit it 3 times, I should say, staccato. And I'm actually cutting, let me bring it in for a closer look. I'll cut the volume here by taking the pressure off the strings. And when I play, I'm always very light. I always say, don't dent the marshmallow, right? Stay light, but you're gonna stay even lighter. And just get the sound to cut out. So first practice that. Got that part, let's move on to the next. We're gonna do it twice. Then on the 3rd time, we're gonna pick and pull off from the 7th fret of the G to the 6th fret. So watch this. And then we're gonna land here on our B note. 9th fret of the D string. So we have a D note on the 7th fret of the G. We're gonna pull off to C sharp on the 6th fret, to the B note on the 9th fret of the D. We're gonna keep that motif going, this here. 9th fret of the D. Again, we're gonna pull off to the 7th fret, and then the 9th fret of the A, so you get this. And that's gonna be 7D, 9A. I'm pick, 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 pull, pick, pick, pull, pick. When I'm doing that, I'm always doing what's called picking inside the strings. And the idea here is we don't want, if we're gonna play a lick between 2 adjacent strings, the D string and the A string, we don't want our guitar pick to leave the space between those two strings. That's incredibly important. So I'm down picking the D string, pulling off, up picking the A string on the 9th fret for our F sharp note. So we're gonna go. And in all of those cases, down, pull, pick up, down, pull, pick up, down on the 7th fret of the D, up pick the 9th fret of the A. If you try to down pick this, you're gonna lose the feel. So you want. Then we're gonna go. And we're gonna run through this real fast. We're gonna go 7 to the 9 on the A string, E to F sharp, to the 7th fret of the D string. So we have an A note there. E, F sharp, A. Now this is the sticking point. This is what maybe the most important part of the entire lick here. The backslide. I work with my students on this, and it's honestly one of the trickier things for newer students to get, because we have a tendency to want, when we play a slide, to want to hear the initial note loud and clear and then slide to the next. Sometimes that's what you want. It's not what you want here, because, and what I mean by that is for it to sound like this. So you would have, and it would throw off the groove. So what it actually sounds like is, so it's a slur. You never really even hear the F sharp. It colors the E. As soon as I pick, I start the backslide. It's a great exercise. Slide up, pick, slide back, and never hear the happen. You want. So. 7 to 9, 7D. Get that quick backslide to the 7th fret of the A. Pull off to the 5th fret. Now watch it. Pick and pull that 7A. We're gonna pick and pull 7 to 5 on the A. Hit the 7th fret of the E string, the B note. We're gonna pick the 5th fret of the A and pull off to the open A string, and then restart the lick. One more time fluidly, without all the interjection about the techniques and everything, and then we'll kind of get into the science behind where all these notes are coming from. 7, 7, 7, pull the 6 on the G, 9th fret of the D, pick and pull 9 to 7, then we go 9A, 7D to 9A, then you're gonna play the B chord 2 more times. So you get. Then we're gonna pick and hammer 7 to 9 on the A string. 7D, slide back, pull off to the 5, 7, pull off to the 5 again, 7E, 5, open, and we're back to that, so we get. Love that. Now, where does this come from? Well, if you've watched my previous videos, we've talked about the box and the house and the wing, and these are just names I give to give you a visual cue, a visual aid as you're looking at the fretboard to see where these notes come from. Let's start there. Let's start with our pentatonic scale. The wing would be located here. 5A, 5 on the E string, the A note. And the box is our standard box B minor pentatonic, or any minor pentatonic shape, just B minor in this case. 7, 10, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 10, 7th fret of the E. So this left wing here gives us like a runway to start some runs on or get back to. And if you're just starting out soloing, this is a great place to get your feet wet doing that. But if you're bored with just a pentatonic sound, Tony Iommi's got something for you. The Diatonic Scale. Check this out. What are the notes missing from a B minor pentatonic scale? Well, we don't play the C sharp. So let's start there. There it is, present and accounted for. So the notes that get deleted, from a B minor pentatonic scale are going to be C sharp and G. Why? Well, listen. They clash, they form a tritone, and so if you don't want your music to clash, you just need to play pentatonic all the time. But see, that's a misnomer because you want that clash sometimes. That push and pull, that clash, that tension and release is what makes music great a lot of the times. It's a huge ingredient in getting that to sound right. So, listen to this tension and release. Getting to that root note, it sounds so cool. And in a lot of Tony's licks, that seventh, that major seventh is going to be present and accounted for. So, if you have your wing and your box and you go to that C sharp, just a good way to get you started. Over here, what? If we played on the high E string, like Hendrix, it adds a lot of emotion to our playing. So it is present and accounted for here in a lot of Tony's licks and Hendrix and everybody else. So watch it. So we learned how to backslide, we learned how to use the diatonic scale a little bit. And we learned about wings and boxes and houses, but most importantly, we learned about Black Sabbath, and that's cool. And if you learned a new Sabbath lick and you want to learn more, visit ricksrockschool.com. Follow, like, subscribe, everything on YouTube, because I'm going to be putting out a lot more of this stuff. I love this stuff. And I've been taking a little bit of a hiatus, but look, I am back, and I'm going to be putting out content every single week. So like, subscribe, and get ready to learn some more Sabbath, Coheed, Iron Maiden, Guns N' Roses. I'm just using this channel generally just to talk to myself, to be honest with you. I'm putting out all the lessons that I wish existed when I was learning, and it makes me happy. So if you guys enjoy it, please like, subscribe. And as always, it's supposed to be fun. Have fun with it.